This is a Ghost Dog mixtape original.
Welcome to Ghost Dog's Big Talk, and I'm your host, Ghost Dog. It's your boy Ghost Dog here at Ghost Dog Big Talk, where I talk like a giant. Pay attention as I break down the science. Doing ancient mathematics like a Mayan. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ghost Dog's Big Talk. Doing a quick little recap of training camps day 8 and 9. I get it. I'm a little late and all that. However, I kind of like condensing these training camp days a little bit here off the strength of, it's day in, day out. It's kind of like the same things here. We're going to go over some injuries here and whatnot. Absolutely going to talk about this offense that is continuously getting busy as the days go on. The defense, Abdul Carter is just doing his thing as per usual. So that's why I'm kind of condensing these training camp days. It's getting a little monotonous. It's good to see the oohs and the ahs from training camp. However, I'm at that point now where I'm like, all right, we got to see a different team. We got to see another uniform out there. I want to see us at 100% speed. So I can't wait for that joint practice that we have with the Jets, I believe. It's crosstown rival. The little bros, if you will. It's going to be exciting to see when we have that joint practice. We have our first preseason game coming up later on this week as well. So absolutely, man. Just love to see it. However, before we get into the information for my recap for days 8 and 9, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, especially if you feel that vibe. On the road to 1,000, one day at a time. One content video at a time. One clip at a time. However, let's get right into it. A couple injury notices here. Andrew Thomas was on the bike. Hopefully he's on schedule. Hopefully there's no setbacks. We need that man for week 1. Fundamental, point of attack, as Born for Sports, shout out to him, would say, right? Trench control is fundamental. We absolutely need the top 5 offensive tackle in the league starting game 1. I want to start off strong here, folks. I want to go 2-0 going into the season. That might be my bias talking, but it's possible. Another one, Cam Scatterbo, hammy. We as Giants fans know some of the best players that we've had to some of the worst ones that we've had with hamstring injuries. We know how chronic they can be. Listen, I'm hoping that this young man can be ready for week 1. Even if we have to sit him a couple preseason games to do so, I think he has that type of talent. I think he has that type of ability. Seeing him with a hamstring injury, especially a soft tissue injury, man, it's just one of those things. You're just hoping and praying it's not a chronic sick issue. You're hoping and praying that this young man can make some noise because he is motivated, made some noise in camp. I want to see him make noise on the field. So there's that. Hopefully he can get healthy soon. Another one of note of mine's, sleeper of mine's as well, that was injured. They're being very cryptic about the injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Thomas Fidone. I had him as a sleeper going into camp. This, is the situation now where you got a Theo Johnson ahead of you. You have a Daniel Bellinger. Manhurts is established. So now you have a situation where you were kind of already somewhat to a degree behind the 8 ball, even though I was fully aware that the possibility of going into the season with 4 tight ends is possible. How feasible is it, though, is the question mark. Especially now, man, because we got some UDFAs, particularly in the receiver position, that's going to cause some issues, and good issues. You want good issues like these. However, that's a little bit later in the video. We're going to talk about Thomas Fidone right now with the injury. It sucks, man, because I think this kid has some talent. I think this young man can do things. His athleticism is, it piques my interest. His ability to catch the ball at the point of the height, if you will. It sucks, man. And hopefully it's not that serious. Hopefully we can find out what the injury is. Because, again, the Giants, man, they're very cryptic and very cloak and dagger, if you will, when it comes to their injury situations. Unfortunately, it just sucks for us as fans to have to deal with. That being the case, we hope that these young players, all of them, can get healthy, can get ready for week 1. Absolutely. Another thing, as I said earlier, offense continues to shine. I just don't think people really realize, and I need the DJ haters to really, and I was one of them at one point. I had my up and downs with DJ, not to get too crazy and long in the tooth with it, man. I was originally a Haskins guy. That didn't happen. DJ's first year coming in, which I think statistically wise was his best year with us, right? Put up some numbers, had some flashes. Obviously, he was a rookie. We understood that there was some cleanup involved with his game. 6 years later, that never came to fruition. We understand the history. That being the case, having a Danger Russ here, and I'm going to start calling him that, because the man is getting busy on the practice field. I understand it. I got a feeling he's going to make some noise, man. I got a feeling that he's got I've been saying this. He's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I feel like he's been paying attention to the media, even though he might say he doesn't. That type of stuff absolutely adds fuel to the fire. He has a premier offensive weapon in a Malik Neighbors. Darius Slayton is no slouch. Jalen Hyatt is out there making noise now, being noticed. We have a Theo Johnson in the building, Tyrone Tracy, hopefully a Cam Scatterbo. It all really just depends on how consistent this O-line can be, man. I'm telling you, if this offensive line is middle of the pack, we have a possibly explosive offensive here, ladies and gentlemen. We just do, man. And people need to start waking up to it, I feel like. Because Danger Russ is making connections with Leak. And that's going to force defenses to have to double, possibly even triple that man. And not like it's even going to matter. Because the way that man runs his routes, his athletic ability, his cuts, his jukes, next level. Can't stress it enough. I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. Those LSU receivers are the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All around. It's crazy. It doesn't even make no sense. They got the blueprints down there in LSU when it comes to the receiver position. And we got one of those guys here, bro. We just do. In the Malik Neighbors. With a veteran like a Russ, Danger Russ, excuse me. Again, the connection is just going to keep getting better, deeper. The synergy, crazy on point. They asked Dable about Danger Russ. First thing he pointed to was the leadership, the energy that he's bringing into the building, the continuity. We haven't had that here in a long time, especially at the quarterback position. Because even in Eli's best days, he wasn't that vocal leader type of dude. Did he get busy in the fourth quarter when it mattered? Yeah. However, was he that voice that was rah-rah and getting people fired up? That was Strahan's job. And in that second go-around, if I want to be honest with you, it was the defense as a whole was the ones that was getting the rah-rah up. So to see it from a quarterback, it's something we haven't had here in so long, ladies and gentlemen. We need to embrace that. And speaking of quarterbacks, our young rookie, New Jack City Dart, continues to take strides. The experiment continues. Shout out to Big Pat, as he would say. getting acclimated. Look, does that mean I want him to start? Absolutely not. Let him continue to sit. Maybe get some preseason game action. Absolutely. However, man, this kid, he's showing flashes. He's making throwing balls, off his back foot, on the go, on the move, getting more comfortable with this offense, getting more comfortable with his receivers. Just absolutely good stuff. And again, I just can't wait to see it at joint practices. I can't wait to see these preseason games. It's maddening because the training camp and all the oohs, the ahs is like, yeah, buddy. However, we have to temper these expectations with the humility of the reality. They haven't taken a real snap yet. So let's get ready to enjoy some of these preseason games is all I can say, because it's going to be getting crazy out there with this young talent. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to mention the defensive player here real quick. D. Williams, he's been making some noise. UDFA, right? Speaking of UDFAs, there's a couple of them making some noise, particularly at the receiver position. But right now we're going to talk about this defense. D. Williams, I wish him nothing but the best. Continue to improve. We need this depth at the CB position especially. So, hopefully we can go into the season with some depth in some key positions that we've been lacking. Hopefully the UDFAs like the D. Williams can add to that. Abdul Carter, talking about the defense as a whole right now, continues to do what he does. Listen, again, put that man wherever on the D-line, he's going to be successful. I have no doubts about it, especially with the Dexter Lawrence up the middle, just chewing up gaps and personnel. He's going to flourish. And all this nonsense talk, and again, they keep bringing it up, the KT trade possibility talk, enough's enough, man. Put that to bed, please. Man, just got his 5th-year extension. He will get a second deal here, man. I'm gonna put my word on that. I think absolutely. I think KT gets his 2nd-year deal here. Will it be astronomical? Probably not, but he will get his 2nd-year deal here. I believe so. I believe he will get his 2nd-year deal with us. However, talking about these UDFAs for a little bit, specifically at the receiver position, names, names like Montrell Washington, particular number 80, just making noise out there, man. There was another receiver, Pascal, was making some plays in the second team reps with Jackson Dart, which, is like a double-edged sword, if you will, bittersweet, because, as I said earlier in the video, it's a good problem to have. It's a problem in it that there's so much talent that you wish you could keep all of them and continue to develop them for future purposes or what have you. However, every team in the league is subjected to a 53-man roster plus the practice team. So it's going to be a situation where it's going to be tough decisions to be made after preseason is over and we go into the official season. It's going to be a lot of hard decisions to be made, man. Some of these receivers is making noise, so expect us to not only go into the season with possibly 7 receivers, that's also going to hinder us from other positions, because now a Thomas Fidone is going to probably have to go to the practice squad because of his injury situation. I don't see us going into the season with 4 tight ends. Same thing with the running back position. At the running back, I see Tracy, Singletary, Scotabo in that order. Turbo Miller, I'm sorry, he's probably going to have to be a practice squad guy. I don't even... Where is Eric Gray? He's been gone, I'm sure. I don't even see him on the roster. So, yeah, no, man. Having this much talent, specifically at the receiver position, is a good thing to have. On the flip side, now we're going to have to see where we can trim the fat, make the cuts, which, again, it's a good thing. Excuse me. Yeah, so excited. I'm dropping my phone here. However, Absolutely, man. It's a good problem to have. Tough decisions to be made come roster cut day. However, we got to be able to trust this coaching staff, as hard as that might sound, to make the right decisions. So far, hey, look, everything is looking up. Everything is looking good. However, be that as it may, can't stress it enough. I cannot wait for these joint practices. Preseason games, literally a week away. Oh, season opener is within grasp. Love. Oh, this is the best time of the year, man. The anticipation, the anxiety. It's good stuff, man. You love it as a sports fan. As a football fan, you love it, man. It's like a certain even smell in the air. If you've played football, you know what I'm talking about. Them early mornings on a Sunday morning with the dew and the mist, like you kind of smell the autumn a little bit. You know, it's just, ooh, mwah, chef's kiss. However, I've gone on long enough. My recaps for day 8 and 9. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, especially if you feel the vibe. Here at New York Ghost Dogs Big Talk, where I talk like a giant, break down the science and mathematics like an ancient mind. Like, comment, share, tell a friend. Helps the channel out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Help me help you get better content. That being the case, this is Ghost Dog. Peace. Let me tell y'all something. Why don't you go ahead and hit that button? If y'all feel the vibe, just click subscribe. And if you appreciate the way I spit on the mic, then please smash that like.